Hey guys, we're back with an eBay haul. Some interesting stuff in here to unpack today. This this box has made quite a trip. It was actually about 2 or 3 hours away. Somewhere, I think, suburb of Chicago was where the seller was located, and I'm 2 hours south of there. So I thought, this would be a pretty quick to get shipped over, but it's actually been almost 2 weeks. For some reason, this got routed. I think it got misdelivered. I've been looking at the tracking number for a while now. It got misdelivered somewhere in Illinois, and then it got sent over to Des Moines in Iowa, and then it got sent down to St. Louis, and then finally today, as of recording, is when it arrived. So a bit of a misstep on the delivery side of things, but it did make it here. Everything looks like it's present and accounted for. So I was just going to unpack this a little bit. On the top, I've got some of the coral elements. Oh yeah, I'll say again, this guy's eBay store was set up kind of like a Bricklink, where there are lots, and then you add lots to a cart and check out. So it's not down to the individual piece, but there's still enough variety there to kind of pick and choose and go through. So there's this vibrant coral lot. I think there's about 200 parts in here. I'm keeping an eye out for this color more and more because it is retiring. It seems like it will be retiring at the end of the year, if the color chart is to be believed. So we've got a good mix of stuff in here. Some parts I don't have in this color yet. I know the Lego Movie 2 sets use this color, and it's also popular in Friends. So there's been plenty of opportunity to get it. There's plenty of parts. It's just a matter of, once that does get retired, it might start getting harder to find. The next lot is some 1x3 jumpers. This is the double jumper or super jumper. Got a nice mix of yellow, black, white, and light bluish gray. Kind of a recent part. It's useful, handy to have to get that 3-2. So I have actually used this in a couple builds and haven't had the colors I wanted. So getting a few more of those on hand is good. Alright, these guys are an older slope piece. I think this is a 2x10 size, and then it steps up on each side with that slope. I'm trying to gather up enough of these to make some of the builds from LEGO Racers 2. A couple bucks for that. Ninjago blades, samurai sword blades. I don't really need these, but the price ratio on these was really good for the parts that they are, in my opinion. Some of the larger parts in here that might be a little more expensive on Bricklink. Don't necessarily see a lot of these in the bulk either. So quite a stack of these blades. Some light poles, another thing I've been keeping an eye out for as I do the modular projects. There's actually two different versions of this. One version has 4 flutes down here at the base that correspond to the diagonals. The other version has 6 flutes, so they're a little bit more packed in there. It's just aesthetic, personal choice on what you want to use. So I'm not necessarily too picky one way or the other. You can't really tell you get right up close with these. So I've got 5 more white ones, which is kind of the modular standard, and then there's a couple black ones in here as well. We've got some of the catapult buckets. I did a virtual build of a water wheel. Eventually, if I have enough of these buckets, I need 16 to build that water wheel, and then I'd like to try it out. But again, decent pricing on these. Went ahead and picked them up. Good color variety here as well. Alright, these were... I'll show these, I guess. They fell out of the box. This is the 1x1 bow finishing brick. If I expand the bookstore modular, I will be needing some of these for the detailing on the sides, white, bluish, gray. These were a little more expensive, but I'd like to get some of these parts on hand to work with. to experiment with a little bit. Nice larger part. You can do a little bit of stacking, arch building with these. One of the train videos I saw recently actually uses these upside down, and it makes a really good looking bridge. So I'll put that in the card up here if you want to see that bridge. These are the white ones from probably the hockey court or the snowboarding. Yeah, I think I got 8 of these. A little expensive. And the last thing, a little Stegosaurus buddy. Don't think anything's broken on here. Seems like it's in decent condition. I think it was $12. I don't have any of the 2000s era dinos, so picking up one from this eBay store. Yeah, was in limbo for a bit, but it is now here, joining the collection. A lot of stuff to get unpacked here. Logged on Rubricable, as always. It's probably going to go pretty fast, except for the coral pink, because those are not. That's just kind of a random grab lot instead of individual lots. So, yeah, combining that eBay and Bricklink for kind of a hybrid effect, where there's it's more broken down into lots, but it's still through the eBay marketplace, and the lots aren't necessarily individual pieces. So it can definitely be a good way to get parts. I think a little cheaper than Bricklink. You're just going to have a restriction on what's actually there to buy and the availability. So keep that in mind if you go looking down that route. Well, that's it for hauling from eBay. I think this is number 12 here. Good mix of parts. A little higher on the average price per piece, but again, kind of picking and choosing here instead of going after that bulk this time around. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time on Brick System Brothers.